Hello, friends. How are you? It is the 18th, March 18th. This is challenge number 18th for our Crazy Quilty March. I'm Pat Sloan. But first, I want to say something because this has been an incredibly crazy, um, couple weeks, right, it's been very stressful. There's a lot of things going on and a lot of things we have to change as quilt makers, a lot of things we have to change as people about what we do, how we do things, in order for everybody to be healthy and safe. So I want to tell you that I am thinking about all of you so much, that you are brave and you're strong and you can do this. It's a hard thing, but you can do hard things. You're a quilter, you do hard things all the time. So I want you to know that I'm also here doing my best every single day to bring some fun. I want to bring the quilting part of your life front and focused for you so that you can just think about that when you need an escape, when you need to sort of get your mindset away and off of the daily stresses that are going on and that so many have to deal with. And I appreciate all of those who have to go out and help others. I mean, that's just an incredible thing that you're dealing with. So I love you. It is, that's a hard thing, but we're here, and I'm here, and Greg and I are working to be sure that there is that place that you can come and get away. You can get away from the sort of everyday, your escape. I'm on my website today, which I'll link down below. Remember, you can get all the links right under the video. Just that link to my website, because today is Block Wednesday. And so I wrote a little thing there, really short, but I also found my friend Amy from Diary of a Quilter found this great quote from Grace Coolidge. And so it's just lovely and really spoke to me, it spoke to Amy. And so I want you to see that. You could go over and read the quote that Amy did a nice little graphic of, and I put it there. So that's on Block Wednesday, which is today. And today for our Crazy Quilty March, the uh, topic is pattern, which I thought was very suitable for a Wednesday. A couple years ago now, I started a block a week on Wednesdays, and here are the blocks so far for childhood games. Let me just roll that up a little bit. Yeah, so but not Norm, not Norm. Norm is something else. I just leave him up there because he's my studio buddy right now. Norm. I'll tell you more about Norm. But the block. So today, let me grab the block. So today is Monopoly. This is the block for Monopoly. And so I just thought it would be really fun for our challenge on this day. Oops, let me try to get that back up there on my flannel wall. Okay, so the challenge for this day is pattern. So what I want you to do is it shouldn't take you very long, because I'm sure that you have purchased or bought or saved a pattern that you have in your head, like you're like thinking, this is the next one I want to work on. And so today, that is what I want you to go and rediscover. Go find that pattern that you want to work on next. So it might have been in a book, it might be in a book, it might be a single pattern, it might be in a magazine that you pulled it out. It might be something you downloaded as a digital pattern or a free pattern. It might be a sew along that you're just starting up. Whatever it is, I want you to take a look at it and be sure that you have everything you need. And make yourself a kit like we did prior. Make yourself a kit though for that pattern. Now, some of you are going to tell me that you already have done that and you just get a gold star. That's like, yes, you get a gold star. But many of us don't have that. We have the pattern, but we haven't thought any further than that. And we're not even sure we're going to do that pattern maybe. But today, sort of make a commitment. Find that one that you're like, okay, the next thing I want to start. This really caught my eye and I love it. So I have about 800 of those. So seriously, I have tons of patterns that I would like to start. So I thought I'd pull two of them and show it to you, two of the patterns, and tell you. Now I don't know when I'll start these. Probably not for maybe 2 months, maybe, or sometime this. Honestly, it's probably sometime this year. It's probably not even 2 months from now. But I hope yours is something you'll be doing in the near future. So I pulled two of them. One is I got this, and every time one of you does this legendary the Bigfoot guy quilt, and you show it in my Facebook group at Quilt Along with Pat Sloan, every time one of you does that, I think, there's that pattern. I do not know why I think this is so fun, but in my head, I think I should do this either for my niece, who, don't tell her, my niece who is a forest ranger. She works in Utah in one of the national forests, and or her dad, which is my brother-in-law. So I just need to get him started at some point, like pick the, because I could do the trees like all scrappy, like this one, the trees are all the same. But don't you think they would be cute, really scrappy, like go through the green bucket and make each tree a different green? So I think my niece would really like this. So that is the one I keep, every time I see it, I'm like, that is like on the top of my list. The other one, which I have wanted to do ever since the first one came out, which probably a lot of you have done these, is the jelly roll rugs. Yes, aren't they the coolest things ever? I want to do a jelly roll rug. Let me show you. This is how serious I am. I even have the roll of stuff so that it's all pre-cut, because I am not going to cut batting strips. I want it all ready to go. And then there's these great jigs for working them that came out, and I have that. So the jelly roll rug is, so tell me, have you made one? Anybody made one? Anybody, any of the other of you want to make one? Made one? Want to make one? So I want to see a show of hands, because maybe we'll do one of these together. That would be motivating. Maybe that will get me going. I think it's one of those projects where you pretty much have to do it and I think go right through, rather than take it and work on a little bit and come back to it, because you make the rope. My mom, who does zero crafts, like zero. Back at one point when I was in high school, we lived in Europe. We lived in Germany, and in Belgium. When I was in high school, it was Belgium. Germany was when I was younger. So anyways, my mom was taking different classes, like at the community center they had, that were in English, and one of them was wool braiding. And I always was very fascinated. I've never done wool braiding, and she didn't finish it, but she was doing that. And this reminds me of that so much. The wool, just the whole method of the final look of it, not how you produce it. So I want to do one really, really badly. In red and white, of course, that would be the first one I would want to do. So it's like red and white. But if you have made one or are thinking of it, give me some love down in the comments, and we'll think about doing that. Yesterday was St. Patrick's Day, and I had the little shamrock. I got the binding on it, so I just have to whip stitch the back. Ta-da! And I have a little mug rug. Or I might just hang it in my studio. I have a little Ackfeld hanger, just hang it up there. Also, I want to remind you that Saturday is Quilt Day, International Quilt Day. And I'm going to come on and do a couple videos, and I might do a Facebook Live. I don't know if I'll try the YouTube Live. I've never done YouTube Live, and there was it looked really complicated, so I might have to do the live just at Facebook. I'm not sure. I might be able to download it afterwards and load it to YouTube. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. So I'll have a post on my website for a Saturday, and then we'll sew the stars, the scrappy stars. If you want to do something new, it's a scrap buster. It's a free block. We'll sew scrappy stars. I am going to put them on my wall, mine, and see how many more I want to make. and then start to set it. And I probably will do a couple of variations so I can show you what they look like. But if you don't want to start something new, because I know a lot of you are like, I'm up to here. So then you can just work on your current project on Saturday. All right. So I love you. Thank you. And hang in there. Hang in there. You can do it. You can do hard things. This won't take forever. But life will go back to regular eventually. It won't be forever, but you can do it. And I'll be here. I love you. See you online.